பார்த்தா பயமாக இருக்குது கொஞ்சம். சென்னை வேறையா?
Yes, that's a big question. Is your child safe? 2 years ago, a 7-year-old was found in a Gurugram School washroom with his throat slit. The horrific death raised questions on safety, prompting the government to enforce very, very strict guidelines, which were described as safety norms for schools. Now, CNN-News18 is conducting a status check across 16 schools in 3 top metros, finding out only one ugly reality, that our children, despite all this big talk from the government, are still very, very unsafe.
Our first stop, a well-known private school in Noida. The first and basic layer of security at the school gate is cursory. The guard doesn't question us.
किस काम के लिए? एक सेमिनार के लिए करवाना है। हाय।
So getting in is easy, no verification whatsoever. Inside, no questions are raised about our presence. We roam around the school with no one to stop us. We go near the washroom, there's no CCTV camera in sight. CBSE guidelines insist there must be.
As you can see, this is a common washroom. Any random person can come into this washroom.
Another private school, this time in the national capital. The guards tell us there's no need to sign in. They don't even ask for our ID.
Reception में जाना है सेमिनार के लिए। आप अकेले हो? हम दोनों साथ।
We spend time walking around the school, the reception, corridors, even the washroom. We're not questioned once, either by security guards or staff. We make our way out without making the promised entry in the register. Our next stop, a government-run girls' school. The guard at the main gate lets us in with no questions. The second guard at the inside gate hands us the keys to the washroom at our request. It's meant strictly for the staff. The vice principal defends the lack of security.
आपको लगता है मुझे तो एक ही गार्ड लग रहे थे यहीं पे?
नहीं, एक अंदर होता है, एक बाहर होता है।
अच्छा।
एक बाहर वाले गेट पे।
बाहर वाले ने तो हम ही एंटर किया है पूरे। वो तो मैम
बाहर वाला अंदर वाला।
Strict guidelines laid down by the CBSE say that access to school buildings by outsiders must be closely monitored and CCTV cameras installed at vulnerable points. Our experience at 3 schools show otherwise. It's not necessarily true of all schools in the NCR, but proof of the yawning gap between norms and implementation. This is Sagar Gupta for CNN News 18.
This is a municipal school in South Mumbai. There is no security guard to stop us as we enter. We make our way to the washrooms, 2 adults without anybody questioning what we are doing. There are no teachers and no attendants to ask us where we are going. Another BMC school also in South Mumbai. This one has a guard at the gate, but there is no one to stop us as we walk to the school playground. A guard walks by but doesn't bother to question the presence of 2 unknown adults in the middle of all these school children. This lax security is not limited to municipal schools. There is a guard at the gate of this private school located in Bandra.
Okay.
But we use the word office and he lets us in. Another private school, this time in Bandra East. We reach the washrooms located on the 4th floor of the school building. Not one person, guard or teacher questions us or stops us. The school in Lower Parel seems to be secure and well guarded. But we found the security so weak that anyone can enter the school building. Entry was easy into this private school at Jacob Circle, despite its reputation. The security guards deployed didn't bother to question the presence of strangers inside the school.
In Maharashtra, PTA United Forum, we had approached the government for the child safety rules and regulations, but it has not been done. The thing is, it is shifting of blame, that whose responsibility is that? Home Ministry said it is Education Department's duty, and Education Department feels that it is the responsibility of the Home Department.
2 municipal schools, 4 private schools randomly selected, all pointing to the fact that there's a gap between guidelines and implementation. It's not a uniform reality. Most schools take their security seriously, but it's a wake-up call for those who don't. Chaitanya Mangore for CNN News 18.